Welcome to Meet the Experts. I'm here with Corner Balloon. These are the fun people. They make your party happen. They decorate. They bring it all. And
the magic. We bring the magic.
They bring the magic. So I want to introduce you to them first.
I'm Kristen.
I'm Lynn. I've been with the shop for 7 years.
And I've owned it for almost 11.
Yeah. So we've worked together a long time.
So tell me, you guys, the question everyone wants to know is, why is the name Corner Balloon?
On a corner. 25th and Hennepin.
That's usually the question we get a lot is, are you really on a corner? And we're like, yes, we're really on a corner.
And when we were thinking of naming the business, this particular spot historically was called the Corner Store, like way back in the day. So we wanted to kind of keep it, you know, in the neighborhood, and so that's where it came from.
What do you do with balloons? Like, I mean, we've seen some of your events, but so tell us about what you do with them. Like, what, and your inspiration.
Whatever people want, we'll do it all. We never say no.
Yeah, I think that's the best part. I mean, people can come to us and they can have a specific theme in mind, and we just kind of go with that, which is, when people watch us do that, it's kind of frightening.
Yeah.
Because it will just start spewing ideas out of our heads, and that's why we work so well together. Very creative.
We can feed each other's brains.
Yeah, it can be scary to people, but really trust us. We know what we're doing. Otherwise, you know, if you have a theme, we work with the theme. If you don't, we can just start picking away at what colors you like and what styles do you like and what feel do you want for your event, and we can work that way too. So we can go all the way from a specific theme up to, I have no idea what I'm doing, and we need your help.
Yeah, we view like an empty room as a blank canvas. Whereas a lot of people go, oh, what am I going to do with this space? We're like, what can't you do with this space?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we are.
So like, what made you want to do balloons? Like, of all things, you know.
Literally, my husband said, you need to go back to work full time. And I was like, in the catering business, and and I said, well, you got to find me something fun to do, because I can't sit behind a desk. I can't, that's just not me. And this was for sale. And he said, how about a balloon and party business? And I said, buy it. I'm in.
Man.
That's where it started.
So like, I'm petrified of when a balloon pops. So like, I'm sure you're immune to it at this point, right?
Oh yeah, we don't even hear it anymore.
Does it ever like freak you out, or does it?
Sometimes if it pops like on your face or your arm, it stings for a minute. But other than that,
we go home with goo all over us from the stuff we put in the balloons. My husband does our laundry, and so he finds balloon bits in my pockets from when I'm setting things up, and he's like, seriously, can you clean your pants out before you turn them into the laundry? Yeah, like, balloons are our world right now. It's everywhere.
So I know that doing a mitzvah can be, it's kind of fun because you get to really be creative, and obviously you do birthdays and all that kind of thing. So tell me how you got into the mitzvah business, and what kind of fun you have with these people.
I don't know how we really got into it. I mean, when I bought the store, she was already very well known in the Jewish community for her, decor. So I kind of inherited that, I guess you would say. But we just love it. It's just fun because every one of them is completely different,
Yeah, we have moms come in and they go, my child has no desire to have any decorations, but I really need them. And so you need to help me with that. And then we have moms come in with grandmas, and grandma says, I know what I want for my granddaughter or grandson's mitzvah. Yeah. And so we go that way. Or you have the 13-year-old saying, this is exactly what I want.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we can put samples out there, and we can really help, kind of bring in their ideas so that it can work with what their vision is.
Oh my God, we had a mitzvah, and the mom was on the phone and talking to Lynn, and it's just like, I don't know. She doesn't even want this, but I tell her this.
She just wants to be Lutheran, and I don't know what to do.
So she's like, but I told her you have to do this for your grandmother, and then I don't care what you do afterwards. But so yeah, then we decided that we're counselors as well.
Yeah, we do,
and that's free.
Mm-hmm.
That's a gift with purchase.
Yeah.
So as far as creating the fun, right? Bringing the fun to an event, because balloons really make people smile, right? Like that's the thing. So what's the craziest decor you've ever done for a mitzvah?
You know, the Olympic one was pretty crazy.
That was a hard one.
We worked with that mom for
A year and a half. Yeah.
And she kept sending us ideas of things she wanted. So she wanted torches, and she wanted floating rings, and she wanted every Olympic sport represented on every table. And we kind of had to bring her back down and say, well, let's see what we can do that's a little more broad. And then, you know, when the Olympics get closer, maybe we'll get some ideas. But we ended up getting some balloons that looked like donuts. And we created the Olympic rings on tables, and we made little torches for the tables that, you know, gold torches that looked like the Olympic torch. And all in all, I think she was really happy, but it went full circle for a year and a half. We went from extreme ideas all the way down to just a balloon on the table. And so,
Mm-hmm. And we did a ceiling install once with the big round balloons, you know, hanging down. And we had the maintenance guy with us at the synagogue saying, okay, you can't go here because of the fire alarms.
yeah.
And that took forever because he was so particular, you know, where we could go with our stick and our balloons and everything. And it was just like walking on eggshells because heaven forbid we set the fire alarm off 2 hours before the event.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just like, okay.
We kind of had a vision of what we wanted the ceiling to look like. And then it was, well, no, we can move it over there. So one of the things that we're really good at is thinking on our feet and adjusting very quickly.
Problem solving.
So, you guys can pretty much create anything. I've seen some amazing things come out of that corner shop, right?
Yeah.
So as far as, can you do balloon animals? Have you ever made those?
We have.
We've made dogs.
It's not our forte, but we can.
Cooking isn't really what we do, but we can look at videos and learn. We know the technique.
So the COVID pivot, right? So I asked the question, like, and I obviously we say that that's like the elephant in the room right now, but you guys had to pivot before COVID because there's been a helium shortage, right? How does that change? And then how did the helium, because I've noticed different things come out of balloons right now. I don't mean like air and helium, but I mean
the obvious.
Well, fortunately, the helium thing really didn't affect us too much.
No.
We had a couple of incidents where we were like, okay, we need to close off the weekend. But overall, we came out of that pretty well, which was good.
But I also think that designs have changed a lot with what people want for balloons. Mm-hmm. Those balloon garlands are really big right now, and those are all air-filled. So that just makes it easy for us. It's easy to attach to something. We use a lot of 3M hooks. So there are things where people don't want helium because they don't want them to be let go in the room or whatever. And so we can really adjust well with air-filled things too.
Yeah. And now with COVID, it's been a lot of yard stuff.
Yes.
Decorating the front of your home, putting the name out on yard stakes.
Yard stakes.
So none of that requires helium either.
And we did a drive-by mitzvah too.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. We did a balloon arch. They had it in their yard.
Yep.
The rabbi was there and everything. It was real official.
And we're doing another one in a couple weeks where they're just going to set up in their backyard. And so she said, what can we put on tables that can withstand wind outside? And well, I can plaster pots with sticks and we can set them in and put your son's name on them. So yeah, there's tons of different things we can do.
Withstand wind, leaves, snow, right? Is that what we're going to do? Right?
Yeah.
Well, we try and educate people because I think people see a lot of pictures on Pinterest, which we love to hate Pinterest because there are some great ideas, but a lot of times they're Photoshopped. And so they don't know that this isn't what it's going to look like. And so we have the happy job of saying, it doesn't do that in reality. And here's what we can do for you that's actually going to work well with the environment you have.
So do you feel like you've seen a change in, a lot of industries have been impacted by COVID, but do you feel like, how have you guys been impacted? You can actually luckily take your events outside and do some different things, but so how have you guys been impacted?
We're definitely lagging behind what we were doing because we don't have the big events. There's, we're doing a lot of things, but they're smaller. Mm-hmm.
Losing all the corporate business was really hard because we do a lot of work for a lot of big companies, downtown, the Mall of America, the U of M. And I think how people have meetings now is different. There's the Zoom meetings. There's not big events that are gathering at this point. And we used to do a lot of balloons for that.
Mm-hmm. So we need that back.
We will
But we'll
get,
take all of the small
We'll
business.
take whatever we can get.
Come to us, please.
but I do believe that like a lot of people are making lemonade out of lemons. And I think that I've seen some really awesome innovation come out of some of these people. And when I look at the pictures on social media, I see you guys doing some amazing work. And, you know, we just want to make sure that people know that you can do anything, like you can bring anything to life. And so I think that that's really important for people to know that they can have the idea or they can have the vision, but you guys can take it from, you know, step one to step a million, right? So, so I feel
that whole process.
Yes.
Yeah, and I feel really comfortable saying that you guys do an awesome job. So,
Thank you.
but so tell me about where you get your inspiration. Like, where do you guys, like, we might go to Pinterest or whatever, which, you know, that's a tough one, but where do you guys get your inspiration?
It just comes out of my head. I don't know. I just wildly creative and I picture things well, you know, and I
think knowing our product too helps.
Yeah.
So we know what kind of balloons we have. We know the different things that are available out in the market. And then if somebody says, well, I want this to happen over here, you know, all of a sudden we'll start thinking, well, we haven't done this before, but what if we took this balloon and this type of balloon and we put them together? And then maybe we create this together. And so it kind of evolves based on the knowledge of what we work with and some experiences we've had, but also just the crazy ideas that are in our mind.
Yeah.
And then we go, sure, we can do that.
Do that.
And we hang up the phone and we look at each other and go, are we really going to do it? And then somehow we always
make it happen. Yeah, we just make it work.
So let's talk trends for a minute. What are you seeing? I mean, obviously it's a little bit hard to predict a trend, but the trends right now are in these, you know, Zoom mitzvahs and setting a stage, right? Mm-hmm. But what's the trend that is coming out of these balloon shows or what you're hearing? And then what are the color trends that you're seeing going forward?
Definitely the garlands are huge right now.
Some people call them arches.
Yes.
But they're different size balloons that are all tied together. And you can make like a half arch, they call them. We just call them a garland. Yeah. Those are big.
Mm-hmm. And big balloons. People are buying the big round balloons now.
They want an impact.
They want impact. And, they're, you know, making lemonade out of lemons, basically. You know, we can't have a big party, but let's get some big balloons to make it seem like we're having a big party.
Yeah.
So,
it fills the
trends, I would say, are like the rose golds and
the neutral palettes.
The peaches, the rose golds, the golds, and the metallics.
And the metallics.
The coppers and the silvers and the clear with confetti. Yeah. And we didn't turn our phone off.
That's right. And we get a lot of the real pale pastels, you know, for the unicorny birthday parties and things like that. So,
and that matte finish is big right now too on balloons, where like the ones behind us have kind of a sheen. There's some new ones that are just a matte finish, which is big on Pinterest, and people are seeing that, and so those are starting to come out too.
And you're still like writing on balloons and those and the big why can't I think of the name of it? The
tassels.
So tassels are big, but the other thing that we're doing is we're taking different textures of ribbons and tulle and we're putting them right at the neck of the balloon just so that it's a little softer. So it doesn't go all the way from the neck of the balloon down to the ground, but it's just really a pretty, we call it Jujin.
It's a word.
It's a word. We looked it up. But that's a really big thing now. And I think people feel, you know, it's pretty free flowing. It's just kind of soft and pretty. We can do it for balloons for men. We can do it for women. We have all sorts. We have a zhuzh closet.
We do.
Awesome. So what do you want people to know about when they make a decision to hire you? Like, what are you going to tell them if you had like a 2-second, 3-second commercial? Like, what do you want to tell them?
That we can help you. I mean, we're here, we're creative. We will help you make your vision a reality, and we will love doing every minute of it. So just know that you're in good hands with us. We're going to do everything we can to help you, and we're going to make it fabulous, and you can check it off your list. You don't have to worry about it.
And I always tell people, and this is my thing with Twin City Mitzvahs, you hire the best and you can walk away because you just know that you're going to, you know, I feel really comfortable with the people that are under the Twin City Mitzvahs umbrella, that if you're working with these people, then they're going to help you give you the event that you want, and you can really focus on what you need to focus on, which is your kid and your family and all the other things. So,
we really appreciate partnering with you guys too. I mean, we do one trade show a year, and it's your trade show.
Yep.
And so that says a lot, because we don't really advertise much.
No.
But that trade show has always been important to us, and the people we meet, and your team is so professional, and we really appreciate the exposure you're giving us. And it's really helped us.
So Mitzvah Magic, and I really haven't talked about this much. We're supposed to be in February live. So I have a feeling we're going to be virtual because we're at the city. So as I'm telling everybody this, right? But we're working on that for this year and trying to figure that out, because I'm not sure I'm very comfortable. Obviously, we're at a city establishment, so they have parameters. Can't have like 1 million people in a room, and I'm not really sure how comfortable we are doing that. So this year it's probably going to be virtual, and then maybe hopefully in the summer or before that we can get to a live event. But kind of crazy for us too, right? So really wanting. The reason that we're doing, Meet the Experts is so people can really gather the facts and hear from you guys and make those decisions, so they don't have to go in that room right now. So that's why we put this together. And, I really appreciate you guys taking the time, and hopefully we'll get to sit down with you again, and feel free to send pictures and all that. 'Cause we want everybody who's watching and everybody, to see what you guys do, because you can create anything. And I know you've done it for me, and you've done it for a lot of people, through Twin City Mitzvahs. So I appreciate you guys taking the time, and
This was fun.
It was fun.
super fun, and wishing you guys lots of awesome events. So I'm sure we'll talk to you soon. And thanks for sitting with me for a little bit.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.